This Saturday at the Nassau Coliseum, there was a big homecoming show for a Grammy-winning band. We're talking about Dream Theater. 3 of the 5 founding members grew up on Long Island, and they've been touring the world for decades. But this is the first time they're playing the arena that they used to go to as kids. Here's some of my conversation with guitar player John Petrucci. Good to see you. You were here with us in studio a couple of years back, so we thank you for catching up with us. We know you're on the road right now. You've played all over the world this year, including Radio City Music Hall. So why was it so important to you and the rest of the band to play at the Coliseum?
Well, good to see you, Chris. Thanks for having me back.
You got it.
Yeah, growing up, I was a teenager in the 80s. So when one of my favorite bands came to town, the Nassau Coliseum was the place to see them. My first concert was Rush in 1982. Awesome. See Iron Maiden there, Pink Floyd, all the bands that came through. If you're a Long Islander, that's where you went to see a show. So it's iconic.
Well, and I'm a teenager in the 80s as well. So all those bands you just told me, I mean, the best, right? I mean, to be able to go to your home venue and see that kind of music, just awesome. Some of your favorite memories, I know you kind of alluded right there to some of them, but when you really think back, making that correlation between those great memories that you had at the Coliseum and now the fact that you're there on stage, it's got to be an incredible.
When I would go to see my favorite band, whether it was Rush or Iron Maiden, and they were in the same room as me, up on stage. Usually I had horrible seats, so they were tiny. But still, it made me kind of believe that, hey, I want to do that. I could do that, And so it definitely set a course for me as a young musician. It's an incredible feeling to be finally playing that venue after 40 years as a band. It's crazy.
At the Coliseum, you guys are going to be playing your new album, Parasomnia, in its entirety. So what else can fans expect? Anything special for just the hometown crowd? You got to tailor-make this one for Long Islanders or what?
Well, it's the show itself is really special for sure. I mean, not only are we playing Parasomnia in its entirety, which it's perfect timing for Halloween because it's a really creepy, kind of scary album.
The album cover is a dead giveaway.
Oh, yeah, for sure. We've had people show up in pajamas and costume, and, the fact that it's just Halloween's right around the corner, it's going to be a great way to wrap up this U.S. tour. We're also still celebrating our 40th anniversary, so we'll be playing a selection of songs from a catalog, and we're playing a song called The Change of Seasons that we haven't played in a long time, especially with Mike Portnoy, our original drummer, back in the band. Let's
talk about how Long Island helped shape the band's sound itself. Can you give us a little bit of background on that?
Absolutely. I mean, for me, I don't think first of all, there wouldn't be a Dream Theater if I didn't grow up on Long Island. The local rock radio stations, they would play, AC/DC and Def Leppard and Ozzy and all this stuff. And so I was hearing this stuff. And as a young guitar player, just really getting into all these different bands and guitar players. And the neighborhood that I grew up in Suffolk, I grew up in Kings Park. I mean, everybody played an instrument. And even our bass player, John Myung, and I, we met when we were like 12 years old. And that's how I learned to play guitar. We go from garage to garage, just playing and learning, and it was incredible.
Did you ever think you'd be having this conversation 40 years later, projecting ahead with this type of success and this type of world outreach? And now, we can't keep you in Long Island for more than a couple of hours. You're going to Australia and Asia.
I know. I never would have thought it. When you're that young, you just have dreams of conquering the world, and you see your heroes doing it, and you aspire to that. And so we're really, really lucky to be able to do this as musicians. There's part of me that still feels like that kid. It's like, oh my God. We're going to look at each other on stage, and there's going to be that unspoken nod, like, hey, we're playing the Coliseum. Isn't this cool?
That's
going to be awesome.
Really, really great. John, thanks again. Great to see you. Continued success. Be safe out on the road, okay?
I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, man. Great to see you. And again, their Parasomnia tour comes to Nassau Coliseum this Saturday, October 25th. For more information, check out dreamtheater.net or their Instagram, John Petrucci Official and Dream Theater Official.